mothers might not need to carry their child for the 9 month pregnancy period in the future. Because apparently, there's a company in China that might be bringing out a robot next year that can do the pregnancy period that a mother does. It can carry the child for 9 months and deliver it. And it's honestly insane to think about. And it feels so dystopian when you think about it. The fact that there are robots that actually carry a baby to term. I mean, that's some stuff that we've seen in movies, and we thought that was far away, but apparently it might not be. Now, the shocking part about this is apparently the robots aren't as expensive as we thought it would be. Now, it's still expensive, but still, I mean, we thought this was something that only big companies could do in their own offices and in their own buildings and units and stuff like that. But no, apparently it's not something like that. And that's incredible to think about, the fact that we come this far this quickly. But there is a real ethical problem that we need to discuss when we're talking about this stuff, because I'm wondering how much this will affect the maternal bond between a mother and a child. Because the mother carries the child for 9 months and they develop a maternal bond, and we know all about this bond. I mean, our mothers all talk about how they carried us for 9 months and guilt us into doing stuff because of it. And it's a thing, let's face it. Now, if the robots are doing the carrying for 9 months, then will the mothers have the same kind of bond with the child that they would have the child was inside them? And how will that affect the child? I mean, the child is probably still going to be wired to have the same kind of maternal bond with their mother, but will the mother have the same for the child? And if not, how will that affect the mental health of the child? And because of that, there is an ethical issue that we need to figure out. And this is one of the most the biggest human processes of all time: a mother giving birth to a child. And that being taken up by a robot, well, honestly, it makes me wonder where humanity is headed because of this. I mean, what's going to be happening in the future? Is giving birth to babies and all just going to be something that's a function of humanity rather than a personal, an intimate kind of event? Will it no longer be that and just be something that just happens on a scheduled time period? Yeah, it's a lot of things to think about, and it is concerning considering that if these things become really affordable, as more companies might end up taking on the technology, and this becomes something that every household can use, well, I honestly can't see it becoming mainstream, because the way the society has changed in modernity. Now, modern women work, and they cannot carry a baby for 9 months because they have to work, and this will help solve that problem. They don't have to put a stop to their careers or anything for the child. And plus the fact that a lot of women, because they are working now, they decide to have children later on in life, and when they get older, it might be a bit difficult to have children, and there might be some complications and all that stuff. But with this, they won't have to deal with the complications, because the robots, the one doing the stuff. I mean, I think it's gonna get all the nutrients through some sort of injection or tubes or something. I don't know the specifics of it, but it's gonna get the proper nutrients, and I'm guessing that probably get the nutrients more effectively rather than when we eat the food, because, I mean, the food, the nutrients are taken from the food, and let's face it, the food we eat nowadays, yeah, it's not that nutritious, and the baby's getting concentrated nutrients might actually be better. I don't know. And now, there's a lot of stuff that we need to think about. But this is useful for the people who are having trouble having children, and if you want to have children later in life, this could be a solution, and it has a lot of upsides to it. But there is a potential. Well, I don't call it downside, but there's a potential for humanity to change the way that we see ourselves. I mean, a mother giving birth to a child is one of the most human things possible, and we're now giving that to robots. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about all that, but I guess we do also kind of need this technology because the population of the entire planet, it is going down in a lot of places, and China is one of them. And people need to have more children to replace the population and keep the economy going and take care of the older generation in terms of finances and otherwise. And you need new people, and this may be the solution to uh, incentivize people to have more children. Now I don't know how the insemination process works with these robots and all. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that. But yeah, for the people who need to work day to day, these robots are available cheaper and they can have the baby. I guess I would incentivize more people to have children, and it is a good thing that in that way. I guess. I mean, we need the population. We need more people to replace the population. That's just the fact, and the population is going down because of multiple factors. But this could be a solution, although I don't know if it is the ideal solution, considering how it will affect us as a species, affect us as human beings. But yeah, overall, this seems really interesting. I mean, we have to wait and see what happens when this stuff actually comes out. And if it does come out next year, I mean, how long before cheaper alternatives, more effective alternatives show up and we start seeing it everywhere? I mean, this is something that a lot of people would like to use, and if it's available for a reasonable amount of money, this could become mainstream very quickly. And let's wait and see, I guess. Apparently, robots gonna be having babies. The stuff we see in movies is actually coming to life. And, well, I don't know how to feel about it, but at least it's gonna be really interesting to see and find out.